Hey there, thanks for being here. I've got a little bonus video for you this week just because this property is too cool not to show you guys. And you know, if you've ever wanted to own a private island but maybe you don't have $4 or $5 million to get something down in the Bahamas or the Keys or something like that, I've got something that you should maybe take a look at. We're in Alva, Florida, right here on the Caloosahatchee River. And you can see that behind me on the end of that dock right there. That's a private island right here, and our brokerage is about to list that private island for $395,000. Pretty amazing, under $400,000 for a private island like that. And most of it's buildable land. I think the whole island's about 1.5 acres, but about 1 acre of it is actually usable land. So this, it looks like an island, but it was actually a peninsula coming off the mainland. And back in the 60s, the Army Corps of Engineers kind of opened up that peninsula and left that guy out there all by itself in the middle of the Caloosahatchee. So it is private. You can only get there by boat, and we've got some really cool renderings. So let's take a look at this. So again, this is a completely private island in the middle of the brackish water of the Caloosahatchee River in Alva, Florida. It's actually on the west side of the Franklin Lock, so it's on the Gulf side of the lock, meaning you don't have to go through any locks to get out to the Gulf. It does have an easement with a rather long dock that's on the southern shore on some vacant county-owned land. So there's that landing point to dock a boat to where you can get to and from the mainland for everything that you need. The island itself is about 1.5 acres in total size, and believe it or not, most of that is actually usable land. The main reason for that is, again, because this used to be part of the mainland. It was actually the tip of a 5-acre peninsula that jutted out into the river, and then when the Army Corps of Engineers came through in the 60s and turned this into a navigable intracoastal waterway for larger vessels, they cut that piece of land out and left this end of the peninsula sitting out there all by itself as an island. So this isn't some piece of marshland in the middle of the river. Most of it is actually dry land, and I believe it totals out to about 1 acre of buildable land. Now, if you want to see what that could look like, here's a rendering that the seller had drawn up of a possibility. And so this has a really large raised house on the northern side of the island with a really good sized private beach right there, and then a boardwalk path through the natural woods to the boat dock on the southern side of the island, which is where you would go across the river to, again, get to that dock on the mainland that comes with this island. So it's going to take somebody with a little bit of vision, patience, and certainly some extra capital, but to be able to come in here and buy a 1.5 acre private island for under $400,000 and then spend the time and the money necessary to put something like that rendering we saw on this island, you're going to be left with something completely unique to this area of Florida here on the Intercoastal Waterway. And whether I sell this one myself or not, I really can't wait to see what somebody does with this unique piece of property. It's just really, really cool. So what do you think? You ready to get yourself a private island out here in Alva, Florida on the Caloosahatchee? I certainly wouldn't mind having a private island out there and just build a nice place out there all to yourself, and come and go as you please by boat. Shoreline's just on the other side, but it's still really, really private out here. So anyway, this is just a bonus video. I wanted to show you this really cool private island for sale for under $400,000. Just a pretty unique piece of property. Doesn't come around very often, but I'll have another video out later this week. I'm going to be talking about some of the utility assessment changes that are happening in Cape Coral, so make sure you stick around for that. If you are interested in Southwest Florida, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be around for these videos every week. And if you're interested in anything here in Southwest Florida, I hope you reach out and give me a call. Again, my contact information is right there. It's also down in the description of this video. But thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video here in just a few days.
Like and subscribe. Just kidding.